when I was younger, my mom took me to the butterfly pavilion and to the zoo and to hikes on the weekend and on trips to the park to play in the grass and lay under the trees and look up and see the leaves blowing in the wind. I believe that every kid should have the opportunity to see nature and experience animals and the natural beauty of the world whenever they can, because when a kid experiences nature, they have the feel for it and they feel empathy for it and in turn want to protect and preserve the natural wildlife of our world. When I was writing my SLE paper, Chad gave me a note and he said, "Your paper's too broad, so you're gonna get a bad grade on it." And I was like, well, I'm not gonna fix my paper because everything in conservation is interconnected. And when you're looking at one part of conservation, you have to look at all of conservation because, for example, in my SLE, when I was working in Costa Rica with sea turtles, when you're looking at saving the population of sea turtles, you can't look at just one thing, or you can, but it's so much more important to look at everything else. So specifically with sea turtles, when I was there, we were relocating nests from beaches that were endangered and moving them to a hatchery so that when the babies were born, they have the most opportunity to reach the sea so that we get the most population of sea turtles out into the world. But also looking at sea turtles, you have to look at plastic bags, because when plastic bags get into the ocean, sea turtles eat them because they think that they're jellyfish and it kills the sea turtles. So you have to look at plastic bag reforms in grocery stores. And you also have to look at global climate change, because when the temperature of the ocean rises, it kills coral reefs and animals, which leaves less habitat and less food source. So when you're at the grocery store next time and you're buying a plastic bag, you have to think of the implication of what you're doing and the impact of what you have, because everything impacts everything else. So when you buy a plastic bag at the store and you don't think about recycling it, but you bring it to the beach on a trip to carry your food, but you leave the plastic bag on the shore and it gets into the ocean, you're killing a sea turtle. Or when you drive a car that has, say, 10 miles per gallon, you are putting extra pollution into the earth that is changing the temperature of the earth and raising the ocean temperatures. So it's just really important to know that everything in nature is so connected, because like when you are looking at monkeys in the monkeys affect everything in the ecosystem. They affect the trees because the monkeys spread the seed. And when the monkeys can't spread the seed, there's less trees, and when there's less trees, there's less food for the monkeys. And when there's less trees, there's less filtration for underground water, which makes it more polluted from what is getting into the water. So it's just, everything is so interconnected, and it's so amazing because when you look at one thing, you can feel the whole earth, because everything is just like one big hug, because it's all just hugging each other. So when I was in Costa Rica, I was working with sea turtles, and I was doing sea turtle research. And actually, when I was in Costa Rica for my junior year, I saw baby sea turtles being released into the ocean for the first time. And that was so amazing. And that is part of what made me want to be a conservationist and be an activist for the earth and the nature. And I think it's really important that more kids get the opportunity to see what's really out there, because when you get the opportunity to see something, you have the opportunity to want to protect it and make other people see it and make it available to other people. When I was working with Groundwork Denver, one of their big missions is to get youth involved with urban agriculture and urban cleanup. So they hire kids from around where they're working in Denver to do river cleanups on the weekends and to plant in the farms that they have locally, and they give food to local people, and they really work on cleaning up the environment that we see every day so that we can also work on cleaning up the environment that we don't see every day, like in the mountains or in Costa Rica. And speaking about sea turtles, I have a video to show you guys of some. They're so cute, I know. They're so cute. Seeing these beautiful creatures and the way that their lives can play out, doesn't it make you guys want to save their lives and their environment too? That's it.